So we're standing in the tailor shop. It's third generation. Lofton Tailor, the grandfather's picture is on the wall. Here we are. It's been a Black-owned business for generations. And when this pandemic hit, no one needs as much tailoring. Except for me, who keeps, weight gaining. But how did you help this business? How did Wacif help this business we're in now, Lofton's?
So what we found when the pandemic kicked off is that we needed to be a financial first responder and really kicking into gear, thinking creatively, reaching out to our business owners, but then making ourselves available for new partnerships, for expanded ways that we need to think about how to make sure businesses had the resources they needed to survive, particularly legacy businesses that Eddie is leading. So we're so proud of his story and that we could play a small part helping them stay afloat and really just bring in new resources so that he could continue to lead his company and lead his business and be here for his team and employees and family.
Yeah, I love thinking of our field as financial first responders because we really showed up and we were quick.
I heard that first from you, actually,
there we
Lisa.
Go.
Yeah,
I think
right.
we are the first responders. But I also think we're going to blow people's minds away when we see how good we are in a recovery.
Absolutely.
And there's been a lot of hopelessness about the state of Black businesses, about the state of small businesses in general, but particularly our minority businesses. And help me, what do I say to counter the narrative that it's kind of over? We've lost those businesses. The pandemic sort of delivered a fatal blow. What do you say to give some hope about the future of our small businesses, particularly our minority small businesses, as we go forward in the recovery?
And we're intentional about our focus, Lisa, and what we believe and what we subscribe to is that our businesses are the cornerstone of our communities. Specifically, Black businesses are the cornerstone of their community, of the Black community, right? And so it's important for us to ensure that if we're bringing equity, if we're talking about underserved neighborhoods or underinvested, all the uns and unders we want to use, what we're talking about is the inability of opportunity and capital to get where it could be so that wonderful business owners can do what they need to do, grow and be the anchors that we know they are. And so it's important that we be intentional about the work that we're doing, that we drive resources and capital to where it needs to be. For us, it shows up in stories like Eddie's. All he needed was the capital to do what he needed to do. After that, he took it and ran. But he did not have those opportunities. And so for us, it was important to make sure that he had the capital that he needed.
You have just described why I love this field. I love this business. And you described what it looks like to finance justice and finance change. Thank you so much, Harold.
Absolutely. My pleasure. So thanks again for hosting us today. We really appreciate you having us here and really being able to just lift up your story. Thank you very much for having us.
No problem at all. Appreciate y'all.
Tell us a little bit, we don't get a chance often to talk to business owners for this kind of audience, just to really talk through not only the moments that you experienced coming into the pandemic. There was a certain set of principles, though, that I know you were committed to from a family, of having your family-owned business as well as your employees. Tell us some of the things that you did to just make sure your employees were okay as well.
Well, one thing that I did, I wanted to make sure that just because of what I was going through, they wouldn't go through the same thing. So with the help of Wacif, it helped a lot. So I could, give them some money that I might not have been able to give them if I wasn't able to get that loan and everything. And then also keep the lights on and keep the rent going and stuff like that. And as far as not even just my employees, but just my family alone, because everything just stopped for a minute. And I wasn't ready for that. I don't think nobody was. And with the help that I got, it helped a lot as far as keep my business going, and just thinking that it's going to get better. You just got to keep grinding and keep working, and sooner or later it's going to get, and now it's getting better. It's not over, but it is getting better. People starting to come back, because one time we was just like shut down. So it helped a lot.
Absolutely. I know that's one of the things that we saw. You burned your savings to make sure your employees stayed paid and that they had some stability. You were an anchor, of course, for the business and ensuring that continued on. And I know that was one of the things that we saw at the very beginning, working with you, not only the passion, but the commitment that you had to ensure that your family's business continued on. What does it mean for you to be able to now have this marker in your family's history to know that, you know, we still got some work to do to get out of the pandemic, but you made it through 2020? What does that mean?
It means everything because I watched my grandfather and them go through the riots and all that. They got shut down then, and as well as the way that just the whole area, you know, a lot of people couldn't sustain their business, you know, and then also a lot of people have to shut their business down because they can't pay their taxes and stuff. So I've seen a lot of small businesses go out of business because of things that, you know, was worse than what I'm going through. So for me, I just want to just keep on churning and churning and just hoping that it's going to get better, it's going to get better. Because I went through some sleepless nights a lot of times, you know, just thinking like I might have to shut down, you know. My grandfather started this business 1939, and I wasn't going to shut it down. No matter what it took, I was going to keep it open.
No, we see that passion.
Yeah.
And we know it comes through every time we
Because I know
talk
how
about
hard
that.
he worked, and I'm going to work just as hard, if not harder, to keep this business open.
Absolutely. And I know you started to talk about how things are getting a little better.
It's getting a little better.
What's your thoughts on the pathway from here?
I'm really looking to expand a little bit. Really, I think I'm going to get a newer store because I'm growing out of this place. Although I live right around the corner, I live 2 minutes away from here, so that's why it's a good location for me to just walk back and forth to work. You know what I mean? But I'm looking to get something a little bigger going and get a little bit more broader audience. You know, we have 5 stars, so you can't give that up.
That's right.
And you can't just create 5 stars. You know, you have to work hard. You know, with my employees that I have and everything, you know, they dedicated. And, you know, it's not just all about me. If it wasn't for them, I give them hell sometimes, but if it wasn't for them, it would not be me. And I know
Absolutely.
that, you know.